Hello and welcome back to another football and another Serie A video, where this time I'm talking about Matchday 24. The games are going to be played this weekend, 10 overall as always. Here are the times, UTC +1, so what time is in Italy, local times. Napoli still they lead the standing with quite a big way to second place. Inter is there, and then there is tighter battle between Roma and others like Milan and Lazio. So yeah, without further ado, first game is going to be played on Saturday at 6 p.m. So not long from now when I'm filming this. It's between Empoli and Napoli. Empoli mid of the table, whereas Napoli, as I said, they lead the league quite comfortably. It would be quite a miracle if, to the other teams, and disappointment for Napoli if they were to not win the Serie A, but I do think that they can win it. And yeah, it would be a surprise if they don't. Napoli this season conceded only 15 goals, so that's pretty good for them. All the focus goes to attack. Osimhen having a great season and Kvaratskhelia as well, but yeah, their defense, Kim Min-jae and others, there's not many that maybe people would think that are elite defenders or like that, but they have defended well this season. At least they haven't let that many goals in, whereas Empoli 29 goals conceded, so yeah, a bit of a different story for them, but it's not the worst in the league by any means, so they have done okay, let in only about more than one goal a game, but still not by a much there, so yeah. Then Lecce and Sassuolo is the other game on Saturday, which is going to be played 15 minutes before the clock hits 9 p.m. Lecce this season 26 goals allowed, whereas Sassuolo 35 goals allowed. So yeah, Sassuolo this season hasn't been great, and they're looking to get wins so they wouldn't get relegated. Lecce, not been a great season for them also, but I don't know how many Lecce fans would have expected them to finish in top 10 or anything, but yeah, both teams not relegated as of now, or getting relegated, but if they lose one of these teams, lose many games, well, then they probably will be. So important points for both of these teams in that match, and it could be low scoring because both teams want to get probably at least 1 point out of that. Then there are 4 Sunday games, beginning with early game between Bologna and Inter. Inter Milan, they have allowed 27 goals this season, so it's interesting. Napoli 15-point difference in points, and 15-point difference, but they also have better defensive numbers, so 12 goals less conceded, 15 when comparing to Inter's 27 goals conceded, and for Bologna they've conceded 33, so yeah, Bologna has conceded quite many themselves, so yeah, that could be an interesting match, Bologna being 8th in the standings, and yeah, they have had quite a good season so far, so that could be a surprise, and maybe Inter only wins by 1 goal, or maybe it ends up being draw. Obviously Inter could win by more, but yeah, it's interesting, and does the UEFA Champions League match against Porto affect them? Inter, that is when they played on Wednesday, so yeah, not that much recovery time, 3 days that they don't play, but yeah, still. Then 3 p.m. Salernitana and Monza. I'm not sure if this is going to be the most entertaining game, but Salernitana 44 goals allowed, so that's a lot, and that means that they are quite low in the standings, whereas Monza 31 goals allowed, so not great for them, but they have scored a couple of goals in the season as well, so yeah, that's why they are not getting relegated. but they are in the mid of the table, so yeah, and as you can see, yeah, they're 11th, so yeah, not going great for them, but it's still probably better than expected, or right around where I would have expected at the start of the season. Then 6 p.m. Udinese faces Spezia. I would think Udinese would get a win out of that game, but yeah, you never know. Spezia desperately need points so that they could stay above the relegation zone. So yeah, and Spezia this season they allowed 39 goals, whereas Udinese 28. So you could say that Udinese's defense could do better, but yeah, only one goal more allowed than Inter, who are second. So Udinese hasn't done that bad this season, and yeah, I would think Udinese probably wins this one, but maybe the goal difference won't be that much, or that big at least. And the late game, probably one of the best games out of this Matchday 24 in Serie A, is between Milan and Atalanta. Two teams who are fighting for top 4 place. Atalanta has dropped out, and Milan got in because of the last weekend's results. And Milan 30 goals allowed this season, whereas Atalanta have conceded 26, so Atalanta has better defensive numbers, and yeah, Atalanta plays quite a good football, as does Milan, at least both teams when they have their better days going on. So yeah, this could be an interesting match, or if everything goes wrong, it could be 0-0 or 0-0 game. So interesting match going on Sunday between Milan and Atalanta. And then there are 2 Monday games and 2 Tuesday games. Monday games are between Hellas Verona and Fiorentina and Lazio Sampdoria. Hellas Verona Fiorentina game starts at 6:30. Hellas Verona this season 34 goals allowed and Fiorentina 30. So yeah, it's interesting that Fiorentina isn't close in the relegation zone in the standings, but yeah, Hellas Verona 34 they are, and they are in the relegation, so they are 18th. So yeah, that's interesting. Obviously not the perfect season for Fiorentina, but yeah, it could be worse, absolutely. Lazio and Sampdoria play 15 minutes to 9, so 20:45. Lazio this season been quite solid defensively, 19 goals allowed only, whereas Sampdoria twice as many, so yeah, 38, not great, and that's why they are, well, nearly the last in the league. But there is one team that has had worse record, and that's Cremonese, who are still yet to get win. They're looking to get that out of Roma, and if I'm not mistaken, Roma was the one team that lost to them in the cup, so Coppa Italia, and this is gonna be interesting if that was the case, if I do remember correctly. That will be the Tuesday game 6:30. So yeah, it's interesting to see how Roma approaches this game. They have allowed 19 goals, as have Lazio, so they have had quite good defensive numbers, whereas in Serie A Cremonese 42 goals allowed, so not that much of a success, and as I said, still they haven't got a win, so yeah, and it shows in points. They are still at 9 points only, so probably not staying in Serie A, but anything's possible until all the games have been played. And then last game, 20:45, Torino derby, or Turin derby, Juventus and Torino face each other. Juventus only 17 goals allowed, but because of the point deduction, they are only 7th. They would be much higher up in the standings if the point deduction didn't happen. Torino, they are close to Juventus in standings, and that's why the match is going to be interesting. 25 goals allowed there, so or conceded, and that's probably going to be, along with Milan Atalanta, the most interesting matches of this Matchday 24, But yeah, let me know your thoughts about these Matchday 24 games in Serie A, and what games are you going to watch and who you are going to win. And hit the like and subscribe if you would so like, and have a nice day.